Test. Test 1, 2 voice. Hey. Everyone's late today. Comparison to previous weeks. Hey man. I was just saying to Gus before, like, I'm actually surprised that I'm actually very organised today. We're pretty much ready to go at 7:30. Yeah, you're in the focus. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, cool. Nice little paint desk you got set up there. Yeah, I recognise that. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, oh, geez, everyone's here at the same time. Yeah, what's that? Does it roll both though? Okay. Yeah, sure. Why on earth did Discord shuffle everything around? What? I haven't changed anything. Apparently James is cold. Am I alright for everyone else? Oh, no, I have. Oh, sorry. I put in a little bit of bass because I've been messing around with sound stuffs. Because I got a shitty high-pitched voice, so... Yeah. Yeah. I got a whole heap of them. I've taken some of Badger's advice and added a whole heap of talk ones. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Talk from Borderlands 2.
Your kind words are appreciated!
I did have a look. I had a look at Borderlands 3, but I don't know, it just didn't have the same charm. It felt more forced, and as a result it was less funny, whereas Borderlands 2 felt like almost natural with his character. It was so well done. So I have no idea how to change font colors. Yeah, we leveled up to level 8. Yeah, they're good. Hey, I just crossed 600 last week. Yeah.
and very promptly knocked Thirstwell unconscious again.
He deserved that.
And at that point, we ended the session, and this is where we pick off.
Did we actually get XP for the knockout and the imp kill?
You certainly did.
We got for the imp kill.
Yeah, I've already been given it.
Damn
You-
it.
you should-
more.
Yeah, you all look to be on the same. 3,137.
If we kill Thirstwell, would we get XP?
I've already granted XP based on you passing that encounter.
Okay.
Shall
So
we-
yes, we'll get double.
So by all means, kill him if you wish.
Thirstwell.
Yeah, he's currently unconscious, heavily unconscious.
Didn't we tie him up?
He is hogtied.
Once we're done here, we'll just take him back to the guard and they can do what they want with him.
I don't think he's actually done anything illegal.
He sent imps at us.
Oh yeah, good point.
He was playing with an infernal puzzle box from hell.
Yeah, let's keep it. He might be useful.
No, but religions aren't bad in this town, remember?
Yeah, they are. Well,
He's religious.
the bad
because it's
ones
hurting
are.
people.
Should we check these other rooms?
They should be empty. Oh, I'm going to delete that house there.
Empty, huh? I reckon there'll be some fat loot in them.
Or a dirty trap that'll one shot.
Right? ADM? There'll be some
Alright.
more fat loot.
How many doors are there? There's 3, am I right?
For
I thought the end one was a window.
yeah, but there's 2 north, 1 east, and another one southeast.
Oh yeah.
Veranda.
Do we all pick a door and open it at the same time?
You let me
Please
roll
do.
to have like a set of plate mail magically appear in one.
Wait, we don't want to do what the DM said. That sounds like a bad idea.
Can you do an insight roll for me, please?
What do I have to get?
I won't tell you what the DC is.
Oh, I got a good one. 23.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well, we'll hold on to that number and we'll see what happens when you open up one of the doors. Okay, so what would you like to do first?
Rocker suggested we all try a gamble on the doors. Everyone keeps the loot.
Well, do we decide to clear this room and then do we go upstairs or downstairs? Because we want to probably deal with
Probably go
Lady
up.
Vandal.
Yeah, I thought we told Slobberguts that we'd clear the imps out.
Yeah.
He
And
did
so far,
say-
that's the best deal we've made.
Well, Slobberchops right now is very happily back munching on the armless guard that you've piled on top of the other guards in the balcony. At this point, if you were to go out there, she's probably curled up purring in a bit of a food coma at the moment.
Slobberchops did also say that in the tower there's potentially more imps.
Yeah, I think it wanted us to kill them all. So yeah, what do you guys reckon? You all good for some random loot on a different door each?
I
Or
already
do we do
said
this properly?
open
Oh,
door.
we can just claim doors
I
and
was
then
still
go
talking
in.
about this.
Oh yeah, that's a better idea. Rock agrees, and he comes and helps you open the first door with Hevel.
So, Hevel, you're opening up that first door there?
Yep.
Okay. You put your hand on the door, and it's currently unlocked.
Excellent. I open it.
So you give it a twist and push it through. And inside you see a very tastefully appointed room, and it's got a bed, side table, another claw-footed iron bathtub, a fireplace, and an iron-branded wooden chest. Hang on, let me just reveal it.
Oh yeah, there's that sweet loot. Give me that chest.
This is unlocked.
What
and
does
empty.
Hevel get?
You also see a 3 foot, 6 foot tall mirror mounted on the eastern wall opposite the fireplace.
I dare you to look into it. It's going to suck you into hell.
All right. Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Yeah.
So, what are you doing?
I will immediately go for the chest.
Okay. Looking at it, you see that there's no padlock on the chest.
Wait. I open it.
Okay. You open the chest, and you see some neatly folded, tailored apparel. It's designed to fit a slender noble.
I lift it all out. I throw it away. I throw it on the floor. What's under all that?
Okay, just make a perception check for me, please.
Perception is 16.
Okay. You start throwing out all these, quite lavish-looking clothes, and you find a jewelry box that looks to be carved from bone.
Whoa.
And
Let's go.
that is all you find. Clothes
What's
and
in-
that box. You open it up. There's a
Yep.
singular ring in there. It's a gold ring, and you
Yep.
can see engraved on the inside of it the words "Stone hearts never bleed."
Stone hearts never bleed. Wow. All right.
Sounds like the name of a song.
All right, that's cool. Now I'll have a look in the mirror.
Sure.
And yeah. And I look really closely, like something bad might happen.
Make a perception check for me, please.
While he does that, I'll grab some of the fancy clothes and hold them up to myself, then look in the mirror as well.
18.
So you look at the mirror, and it's quite ornate with the detail around it. You can see that the wooden frame is varnished, and it's carved with images of rats, ravens, and spiders. Looking deep into the mirror, the only horrific thing you see is your own reflection.
That's smooth. Good on you. Double checking again, sorry. What was it? Stone something never bleed?
Stone hearts never bleed.
Stone hearts. Bleed. Inscribed. And an ivory jewelry box.
Bone. It is carved from bone. Yeah, ivory would be its color, but it's carved from bone.
Alright. I guess ivory has to be an elephant.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah, elephant tusks. That's ivory. I knew that. Come on. Bone jewelry box. Alright, cool. I'm done with this room. Let's check the next one.
All right.
Alright, I'll open my door.
Okay. Push onto it. Doors close. You play with the latch, and it unlatches easily. And you push the door open. And inside, you see it's a dark room, and it contains a bed, a wooden chest with clawed feet, and a night table.
Okay.
That is all you see.
I'll go in and I'll investigate the chest, and then I'll look under the mattress and then check out the table.
Okay. Can you make an investigation check for me, please?
Uh, 20. Not bad.
Okay, so you look through the room, and you lift up the mattress. You see nothing of note or interest. It's quite drab and plain. You open up the chest. There's no lock on it. You lift it up, and inside you find some very drab and plain garments. They look to be made for a man that is slightly larger and taller than your normal man.
Okay.
And you also see some look to be personal effects, and a stuffed troll doll in there as well.
Troll doll.
Yeah,
Is there anything special about this troll doll?
not that you can see. You could guess, given that this is a bedroom, it might have some sentimental value to an individual.
That's gonna be, what's his name?
I know, he's a
The
fat
dude.
man. Or woman.
Thaddeus Krieg's troll doll. And you're in his bedroom stealing his toys. Because
I'll take the
Thaddeus
troll doll.
sounds like a fat man.
Okay. Add one child's doll to your inventory. It would just
He's
be a
gonna
random
murder
item.
us next time we go rest.
I'm good.
Okay.
Lizzie, you wanna go next or me?
You can. I'll back you up.
I open the door with assistance from Lizzie.
Okay. You again try the latch on the door. It's unlocked and unlatched. You push it open. And inside, as you open up the door, you see that there's a vanity and it's got a framed oval mirror. You can smell the perfume very strongly in this room. There's bottles of perfume, brushes, cosmetics, and other assortment things on top of this vanity. Other furnishings that you see, like a folding wooden partition that's adorned with some detail on it. And there's a tall black wardrobe. And on the floor, you see a decorative gold rug. And also, on top of that rug is 3 wooden chests.
The vanity, does that have any drawers?
Make a perception check.
17 plus 2, 19.
There's no drawers, but on top of it, you see several different types of perfume, brushes, needles, and spools of thread, and some other cosmetic items.
The vanity's useless. The wardrobes?
Oh, sorry, apologies. I needed to read a bit further.
You're getting rugged.
So the vanity itself, there was some drawers in there, and you open through and go through them. You find 6 bottles of perfume, a silver hairbrush that's inlaid with some blue gems, a wooden jewelry box, and a platinum cameo shaped like a winged cat. And you also see 2 very thin crystal vials with some red liquid in them, and they are stopped with a cork.
I take everything.
Okay, so please add 6 bottles of perfume.
1 second, just adding to my random equipment list. Is perfume valuable in our world, or are we like, the French back in the day that sharing was, frowned upon?
We're more
What
like
kind of world are we living in?
Make a perception check.
we're living
Isn't
in
it more of a
Japan
history
through-
Sorry, history. Yes, apologies. History is the one I was thinking.
It's 20. 19 plus 1.
You understand that people who live in the upper city and patriarchs very much enjoy wealthy things in their possession.
Oh, good.
I also like wealthy things. Spray me with some of the perfume.
I give Izzy a bottle.
Okay,
Make me feel like wealth.
so Izzy add 1 bottle of perfume, and Rock, you've got 5. You've got the silver hairbrush, that's got that's inlaid with some blue gems. And you've got a wooden jewelry box that is closed. And the platinum cameo that is in the shape of a winged cat.
How do I spell whatever that is?
A platinum cameo, Cameo. I guess it's like a statue, I would guess.
Would we say that looks exactly like Slobber Chops?
You could say that, yes. It does look like a cameo of Slobber Chops.
Nice. And now I, after looting everything of value, go for these chests.
Sure.
Wait, did you go through the wardrobe, or did we get interrupted?
Oh, yeah. Wardrobe. I give it a glance. Like,
there any
just
line?
open the door.
Okay.
I'm rich now. I don't really care about possessions like that.
It's a tall black wardrobe, and it's filled with corsets and fine clothes. Nothing else of value that you can see in there.
Nah, move on. Rock's not interested in clothing. Chests.
Yeah. Make a perception check for me, please.
Guys, we're going to die later because I've just got a 20. This is all my good rolls I've ever had. We're dead.
All right. So you go through, and each of the wooden chests you find are unlocked, and you open them up. In the first one, you see it's full of shoes, a mixture of heels and ornate and fine shoes. The second one, you find, looking through, 3 very old and, while expensive looking, probably not to your taste, of bridal gowns. And the third one has a variety of seasonal hats.
Ooh.
This is shit.
Is there
Just
enough hats for
remember-
everyone?
Yes.
The chest, it had the 5 bottles of perfume, the hairbrush, the jewelry box, the cameo.
Yep.
Wasn't there some vials or something else? Or
There
were they
was.
the perfume?
Yeah, there was 2 very thin crystal vials with red liquid in them.
I'll make someone drink some of that later. You guys. I suggest we all dress up for when we meet the old lady later on. Just if
I
we
agree.
rock up in her clothes, it'll be beautiful. Cool. That's me done. Fuzzy, I assume your room is that door to the south there.
Alright, I'll open it from where we are.
From where you are.
Yeah, well, so I got line of sight. I'll just use Mage Hand to try and push it open.
Okay. All right. So you use Mage Hand, and you, you push on the door with the Mage Hand, and it freely opens.
Shower us in gold.
Okay. So from where you are, you can only see that. And at a glance, you can see the edge of what looks to be a desk. Up along the southern side, you see some bookcases, and you also see a spiral staircase.
Do I sense anything magical? I don't even have the ability to do something like that. Fuck it, I'll walk in.
Okay.
Brock keeps kind of close behind, but not going into the room.
Inside. All right. So you've entered in the room, and you can see that desk looks to be like a wooden writing desk, and it's angled to face the middle of the room, and there's a matching chair behind it. And you see 2 black candlesticks atop it. Other things you see in there include 3 bookcases that's there, and you also see a freestanding suit of black plate armor, topped with a bucket helm. And it is equipped with a long sword and a shield. And
Fuzzy, you're going to be a plate sorcerer.
and
I'm alive.
there is a wrought iron spiral staircase that leads upwards.
Is there any jewelry or any shiny bits other than the sword on the armor?
So as you move into the room and inspect the armor closer,
It's going to make you 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just walked past, seen the books, and Dinesh is now just talking.
as you enter into the room and Thanesh is powered in awe of the amount of books that are in there, the armor comes to life.
I knew it.
So you see the fiery orange light starts filling up the helmet, the bucket helmet's eyes area, and you see it start moving, and it draws its sword and shield. And I'll get each of you to roll initiative for me, please.
So rolls are going negative now. I only got an 8.
I got a 5.
19.
10 for me, 10 for Dinesh.
Can you do Rhea, please?
Oh, yeah.
Neville?
4.
This monster's pretty cool. Okay. So first to act, is you, Izzy.
And we discussed because if I do a spell at close range, I have disadvantage. Yes.
Correct. If it's a hit one, I think. If it's a spell save, it does not have
If
disadvantage.
it's a range spell.
Yeah, if it's a
got
ranged
range
spell
on it.
to hit, yeah.
Yeah, touch on's obvious.
Just a quick question. From where I'm standing, I presume that's the staircase leading upwards. Is it one big solid thing that I cannot see through, or is it? How's it?
It's a wrought iron spiral staircase. So think of just the ones that they just go up on its own sort of thing. So the handrail is it's got gaps in
It'd be
it,
hollow,
and the
yeah.
stairs are slatted. So yes, it's hollow. You'll be able to see through it. However, as an object, it does provide some level of cover.
Okay, thanks.
Jeez, he's running away again. Alright, I'll try and frostbite it then.
Okay. So it does a save. Is that correct?
Yeah, Constitution save.
Pass.
Shit. I should have disengaged. Alright. Because if I move away, it's gonna hit me, isn't it?
Well, it'll take an attack of opportunity.
I'm not gonna risk that just yet.
Okay.
I'm gonna tank.
All right. Okay. Well, it is the suit of armor's turn. Just want to remind you, Hevel asked for this with his roll, so. So
It's too
he's,
good to be true. It's probably too good to be true.
as he's animated and glowing with this bright red, the bright orange in the eyes, it immediately turns to you, Izzy, and it's going to attack you with the longsword in its hand. And does a 14 hit?
Miss.
Okay. So it does one strike at you, but you manage to dodge it as it's in front of you. However, the second strike does come back up and makes contact with you.
Shit.
And hits you for 12 slashing damage.
Too many dice there, Jonah.
And it's going to stand directly in front of you. You got this dark plate mail staring and towering over the top of you, Izzy. Thanesh, it is your turn.
Awesome. I will create a bonfire underneath him.
Okay. One moment.
That is a dexterity 13 save.
Is the bonfire is magical, yes?
Correct. Now it's... So create a bonfire on the ground that I can see within range until the spell ends. The magic bonfire fills a 5-foot cube. Any creature in the bonfire's space when you cast the spell must succeed on the saving throw or take damage. The creature must also make the saving throw when it moves into the bonfire's space, or if it ends its turn there. The bonfire ignites flammable objects in its area that aren't being worn or carried. So, I presume while there's no fuel, then yes, it is magical.
Okay, so he saves.
Okay. But there is now a bonfire underneath him.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
I will take... Actually, no, I'll just stay where I am, just sort of carefully peeking through the staircase.
Sure. Rock, your turn.
Can I spend a turn to safely kind of... I want to push myself between it and Izzy and kind of push Izzy back as I do it, if that makes sense.
So you want to
I want to
shove...
meat shield that fucker.
You want to you want to essentially shove Izzy, so you can take the spot.
Yeah, essentially disengage him while putting me in the way as my turn. Is that a possibility? Like, essentially I'd dive in between, put myself there and nudge him backwards. So any attacks would have to come through me.
Would
Wait,
that
you have more
still
armor than
count?
me, don't you?
I have 15.
I have 15. Cool, you can just die then. I take it back.
So the only way that you might have been able to do something like that safely is if you take the reaction of the monster some way before you make Izzy do that motion. Otherwise, Izzy will have to take the reaction of the monster.
Yeah.
Either way, someone's getting swung at.
Now I cast Shalala, and then I whack him.
Could you disengage and flank him as an option?
I was in run around to here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get enough. The angle's not
You
right.
wouldn't
to
get the
proper
flank,
flankage.
no.
No, well, but you still get to move in close for your next shot, and that's still.
Oh, yeah. And then Rhea and Hell have a better chance of getting in. Yeah, I do that.
I mean, I'm still in their way, but
Yeah, I disengage and get myself around to here.
I'll say that you don't actually need to disengage because even though you're in a close area, the door and the wall is going to be sort of preventing a level of attack. So I'll say that you can move from that spot to this spot, okay, and then you can move around as necessary.
Nice. I do that then Shalala, I'm like him.
Okay. All right.
Is that the best spot? Like, because if I want to move in close, like, I can get there, and there's a spot there. So like,
Yeah.
me and Rhea need to take like a spot next to them, and
He's
if
probably
someone
going to
is standing
disengage
there
and get
able
rid
to
of
attack,
move there.
yeah.
Yeah, so this spot here that we're pinging, because of the wall, the wall's essentially providing full cover, which is why it's not going to be able to get an attack of opportunity if you move to this spot. However, if you were to move where Izzy is and then move away, yes, you'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
or Rock, are you going to do like close range attacks, or are you going to do ranged attacks?
I'm going to try and whack it.
All right, that's fine then.
Okay.
Yeah. I just realized I should have just backed up and tried to Thorn Whip and rip it out.
It's probably mounted to the wall, can't move.
Nah.
If that spot to the north of Izzy, if that's providing full cover, can you attack from there?
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
No.
It's got to be in there.
So
Yeah,
what's your turn, Rook?
So this provides full cover, so I can't attack from here.
That's what
what
I'm
you're
saying.
yeah?
Yep.
I'll be back in
Alright,
6.
in that case, I don't think I should take the spot of Rhea or Hevel because they hit harder than me in normal melee. Alright, I try and I get myself back. I go all the way back to here.
Yep.
And I attempt to Thorn Whip.
Okay. Yep. Roll to hit.
Is that the right spot? No, because then I'll pull it onto Darty. Can I do it from here? Is this spot clear, or is this like a bench or something?
It's a bookcase, so you'll be able to stand in that spot.
Yeah, cool. I do that, and I try and pull it towards me.
Okay. Yep. Roll to hit.
14, and it's +4, 18.
So as you shoot out this thorn whip, you find that it tries to latch on around the plate, but there's not enough strength in the whip to hold onto it, and it slides directly off.
Holy shit, it's got a lot of AC, guys.
Anything else for your turn?
I use my bonus action to shalala.
Okay.
Charity.
Hevel, it is your turn.
All right. I think like my strategy here is going to be to like put my extra shield up and just try and serve as like a tank. So I'll get up to 21 AC. In that situation, it'd be good if I was like right next to it. Izzy, are you wanting to move away from it, or do you want to
Yes.
stay where you are?
I will disengage my next turn.
So you want to move away from it. Is the big guy going to get an attack before Izzy gets to move?
Izzy's
No.
first.
Izzy's first, okay. Well, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself to get the extra 2 AC.
Yep.
And I'm going to move up to this location. And what can I do that'll... Maybe I'll try and do a shove against him to try and push him prone.
Okay. 1 sec.
Grapple his helmet around so he can't see. It's a giant bucket.
But just start trying to put him on. Like, just start trying wearing it.
Okay.
Start picking pieces up.
Yep.
Fight him
So,
from the inside.
so what are you rolling as?
I'll be doing a strength
Yeah.
check. So at the acrobatics, is that strength?
Yeah.
No, that'd be dexterity. Athletics.
Sorry, athletics. Yep.
What's the matter? What's the matter, James? Don't you know how strong he is?
Just checking. Just checking. What did you get?
I got 20, not natural.
Hey. So as you walk up, you manage to use all your might on your shield in front of you to shove with a downward motion, and you find that you are able to, under the weight of your newly blessed shield, you push him down, and
Yeah.
this clunking plate mail heap is now prone on the ground.
Son of a bitch!
It is now Rhea's turn.
Oh, very good.
She's going to charge. Sorry, you got control of her, Heaven.
Yeah, well, she's going to go up to this corner.
Did you hear that, guys? The DM was trying to backseat play.
I think we all know what was going to happen there.
Yeah. And she's going to multi-attack with her longsword.
Right.
And she gets advantage, right?
She certainly does on both attacks.
Alright, so for the first one, I got 24 to hit.
Yep.
And for the second one, I got a natural 20.
You gotta change your facial expressions when you're rolling those dice, because you look like you're rolling 2s and 3s.
They both
Nat
hit.
20 was the last one.
They both hit. Roll one as a crit and one as a normal.
Alright, so that is D10.
And she successfully kills it. We move on.
In comes Rhea MVP.
That's 12. That's 8. I think that's 10. That's 10.
It's about to become some holy armor.
Now the point where we just start saying random numbers, throw it off.
40 million.
17 plus 3 minus
17.
11.
Hang on, sorry, I didn't hear you there.
17 damage.
That's with the crit and the.
Yeah, so it was so it's 1d10 plus 3 for the first one. I think I've got 5, and then I got a 6 and then a 3. So 6 and 3 is 9, and then
Yep,
plus
plus the
5 is 14, plus the 3 to the total is 17.
Okay. All right. So as she slashes down with pure ferocity onto this clumping pile of metal, you see several gashes and glints and bends now appearing in the plate. However, surprisingly not as much damage as you expect.
Oh, so that's resistant. So if it's 1d10 plus 3 and I attack twice, it's going to be plus 3 for each one, isn't it?
It's two separate attacks. So the first one is a 1d10 plus 3, and then your second one is 2d10 plus the 3 because you got a crit.
Right, okay. So it would be a total of 20 damage then, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If Rhea's ending her turn, it is now over to you, Izzy.
Disengage and go over here.
You don't have to disengage because it's prone.
Ah, yes. So I could attack it and then run away. I can just run away and attack it. Either way, I
Too
go.
many options for Fuzzy.
I'm gonna firebolt the thing.
Okay, so as you move away, you still see the mechanical motion of the arm as it attempts to swing at you as you run past.
Bundy lied to us all.
That'd be a great fib.
I thought that if it's prone, it can't react.
It never says anything about not being able to react, but it does have disadvantage.
Okay.
However, it still manages to catch you with a 16 as you start to hightail away.
I'm sorry.
And is that a 1 or a 7? You take 5 piercing damage as you feel the blade cut into the back of your leg as you run away.
Bloody hell. Right. Well, I'm gonna firebolt.
To Bundy, right?
Yeah.
Look, you guys all could have spoken up, alright? Just saying.
Uh,
You knew that. Could have spoken up.
Yep, roll to hit on your fireball. Roll with disadvantage. Sorry.
Why?
Prone. Ranged attacks on prone targets is with his disadvantage.
That is correct.
You're getting screwed everywhere, folks.
My last was 22. I got
Ooh.
23 on the other one.
That's pretty good. That hits. Roll damage.
Fucking hell. 1 fire damage.
As you shoot off this fireball, you see as it gets closer to it, the radiating orange light and energy that comes out of it essentially absorbs the firebolt as it comes towards it.
Fucking demon armor.
Half of 1 is 0.
Okay. If that's your turn, it'll now be the plate of armor's turn. And he is going to stand up in place. And it's going to pursue Izzy. And with that, it is going to take... so Hevel and Rhea, you both have a chance to make an attack of opportunity.
Alright. I get a swing with my mace, and I hit for 17.
As you swing past, you find that it bounces off the armor with no effect.
Jesus. Alright, and Rhea gets 20, not natural.
And Rhea, however, manages to hit with the sword, and you find that it catches more on the armor, doing some form of damage.
Yep, so it is 5 plus 3, 8 slashing.
And glints past, does dig in a little bit, but slashes off quite abruptly. And does it do anything by leaving the fire? Is it only if it ends its turn in the campfire?
Only if I think it's at the beginning of I think it's just if it ends its turn. Sorry.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Oh,
You also see as it's approaching you, Izzy, it is hovering off the ground. Not a great distance, but you know it's not making any solid clangs or thuds as it's moving along. It is hovering, and it's going to raise its sword at you again. First blow, you manage to duck underneath, but the second one catches you as it goes past.
I'm gonna cast shield as a reaction, so I get 5 AC more.
5 AC more. Okay.
So I'm at 20.
Okay. And the second one cops the magical barrier on you, and you see it take essentially a big tear in front of it. You feel as if you're struggling to hold it, but you just do. And he'll finish his turn there, and Thanesh, it is your go.
going for not prone anymore, is he?
Nope.
Nope.
Right, I'll throw a firebolt at him.
He's strong to fire.
Okay, roll to hit.
That was a miss. The 9.
Yeah, you shoot off and completely misses and hits the wall behind him, leaving a small scorch mark on there, but nothing too much. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay, and finish. Rock.
I would like to whack it with my Shalala weapon,
Sure. Roll.
which is magical bludgeoning damage,
Ooh. Okay.
which means I think it gets to avoid resistances if it happens to be resistances.
Roll to hit.
I need to test this because one of my druid things later is his attacks become magical. 16 plus rocks. 4. 20.
The weapon also becomes magical if it isn't already. It doesn't say that your weapon's damage becomes magical. It just says that the weapon itself is magical for the duration. So it'd be for picking up detect magic. Sorry, what was your roll?
20. Shitty bludgeoning damage.
That hits. Roll damage.
Bullshit. I got an 8 plus 2, so it's like 10, but
Okay.
it's like a 2.
As you clamp down, hitting it in the spolder, you find that you're able to put enough force in there that there is a small rounded dint in what was quite an elegantly carved skull pauldron. But your club does bounce off premature. And if that is your turn, it'll go to Hevel.
Alright. I will just go over to it here.
Did you want to move there or move south, and then Rhea can flank him?
Like here, you want
No,
Ray to get
just
advantage on the
impermanent.
attack.
You wouldn't
What?
there, but if Rhea then moves north and then attacks him, she'll have advantage because Rock's flanking him.
Yeah, what you're saying, you want her to have advantage instead of me.
Well,
I understand.
she hits harder.
Yeah. Alright. Maybe I'll... Don't have many spell slots left. I think maybe I'll try Word of Radiance. So Constitution save 13.
It saves.
Alright, that's about it.
One moment, sorry, I'm just rereading on the Shalala.
I was just reading that too. It depends if the monster specifies non-magical or magical resistances. So if it just says bludgeoning, it'll resist both forms of bludgeoning and magic bludgeoning. But I believe that since the weapon now counts as magical, it deals magical bludgeoning damage, from what I'm reading.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding too. So in fact, your Shalala does do full damage. Okay. And Hevel did his Word of Radiance, and the creature saved, and it is now Rhea's turn.
Well, she moves to flank with Rock, and she'll do her multi-attack.
Okay, roll with advantage on both.
13 for the first. And a nat 20 for the second.
Okay. First one glints off the back of the plate mail's leg and does nothing at all as it slides back. But she uses the momentum on the backswing to come in for an even harder hit and roll your crit.
$12 damage.
Okay. As she makes a very quick and hard strike on the back, she finds that the sword does bounce off very quickly, but you see a very deep gash through the armor on the back.
Look at her.
Okay. With Rhea's turn over, it is now back to Izzy.
I disengage this time.
Okay.
And I use Thanesh as cover.
Okay.
No, I'll go in the corner because he'll chase me because that's just how he's born.
Okay. It's now the creature's turn. And seeing that you've run away, and noticing that the attack did not quite do as much as what he does, you see this programmed sort of head just move and start looking towards Rock and raises the sword to swing at Rock. With the first one, you manage to quickly duck under as it catches the wall behind you, but then the sword comes down directly on top of you and hits you for 11 slashing damage.
We now have 2 rocks.
And with that, it is over to Thanesh.
Okay. I will create a new bonfire, dismissing the old one underneath him once more.
Okay. And he does a dex save.
Yeah, 13.
He saves.
God damn it. Alright. I'll stay put.
Okay. Rock, your turn.
Is it looking beaten down? Is it looking like a beat up trash can or a nice suit of armor?
You're starting to notice a lot of the dints and slashes and chips in the armor now. If you're looking at its eyes, with the fiery orange glow that's in there, it's dwindled a little bit, but not too much.
It's still brand new.
But you have advantage.
Yeah, I do. But I don't hit for much. I'm thinking, is it worth
You hit for full though.
Yeah, but that was, I got a lucky goddamn roll. I have to get I think it's 18, is it? Is that the lowest we've hit for?
Yeah, I think 17 failed.
Your first Thorn Whip was an 18 and that missed.
Yeah,
19.
So it's like 19 or 20. Yeah, I don't think it's worth me trying that.
It's plate armor and it has a shield in its offhand.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm not sure it's worth. How big is it? Like in a scale of small to medium to large?
It is medium. Enough to make a dwarf like you shake at the boots.
Nah, fuck it. I'll just try and hit it.
Okay, roll with advantage.
Nat 20 for the first roll and a 4 for the second. I'll take the nat 20.
You certainly can. Roll your crit.
What do I do for crits? It's just roll the damage die twice, yeah?
Yes.
So 7 plus 4, 11? Yeah, 11. Oh,
Is
no,
there-
plus 2, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't there a plus bonus to your thing? So
Yeah.
13.
No, 7 plus 2.
Oh, so what were your rolls?
3 and a 4 to get
Okay.
me to 7.
Yep.
Yeah, so plus 2 is 9. 9 damages.
So this time you swipe with extreme accuracy and hit the bucket helm that's on top, and as you make contact, you see the fire where the eyes would be is super intense and shoots out, and as they dwindle from the attack, you see them subside, and they're a little bit dimmer than what they were before, and you see a sizable dent in the bucket helm now from where your
It's
club
in its
struck.
face.
Anything else for your turn?
No, I'm gonna die.
Hevel, you are up.
Ooh. Maybe I'll. Rock and Ray already have advantage. Prone would give the others advantage if I can knock him prone again. That's probably better than me trying to hit it with a mace. So I'll try and shove him prone again.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, 23. No, wait, sorry. 21.
Ooh. As you go to push up against it, you are met with some extreme resistance, and with the final heave you give on it, you finally manage to just get enough weight into the wall, and it stops hovering for a moment, and you're able to pull it down to the ground with that shove.
Jeez, way to make it sound tough.
It was a tie.
It was high. So
it is
I
now
won
prone.
in it?
Yeah, aggressor wins and ties. Or is it different for contests?
Contest, if it's a tie, neither succeeds nor fails, and you sit there like as it was, both sort of
Okay.
pushing against each other.
Sorry.
Daddy, you just backseat DM'd us in the death.
Hey, I was asked.
Shut
I
up,
was
Darby.
asked.
I assumed it was tie and the aggressor, but okay, no, that's fine.
All right. I call it a jerk, and that's my turn.
All right, so it's still upright, floating a little bit off the ground. Rhea's turn.
Rhea swings her multi-attack.
Sure. Roll with advantage on both.
Oh, 13. Well, the next one will hit. And that 20 for the second.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, roll your crit.
Coming
Yeah,
on
lucky
in.
man of those nat 20s.
And a 4 is 13, so 16.
So Rhea, using the momentum of the first swing that's missed completely, does a full 360 and tries to chop into the oblique of the plate armor, and gets her sword stuck for a moment as it makes a full crevice into it. And with a few quick shoves, she's able to pull it out. You see a very sizable chunk and rock in front of you. You see the same flame burst out of the eyes as when you hit it. And again, the eyes looking dimmer and dimmer in the light when it subsides a bit. Anything else for Rhea?
No.
Okay. Izzy, it is your turn.
I shall frostbite him from here.
Okay. It does a save.
Constitution 14.
It fails.
Yeah. 3 cold damage in its metal face. And it
Okay.
has disadvantage on its next weapon attack.
As the frostbite goes out, you see, as you've seen before, the frost just start to overtake both arms of the plate metal. And Rock and Hevel, you see just these icicles start forming and glistening against it. And you see that the creature's movement in front of you is labored. And it will continue its assault on Rock. It's going to raise this very crystallized arm now, with not as much force as you'd expect.
It has disadvantage.
The first one you manage to avoid as it's coming in slower, but the second one, as you're standing back up, you find that the back edge cuts you and hits you for 5 slashing damage.
That's not too bad.
I'm looking at. I gotta change the dice because the 1 and the 7 are next to each other, and the 1 looks very close to the 7.
I think
Okay.
I was just saying that just to make Easy sweat.
I'll show you another time. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too. And with that, Thanesh. Sorry, it's ending its turn. It is still in the area where the bonfire is.
Yep. So DC 13.
It passes.
God damn.
And the frostbite's only for disadvantage on attacks, right? And
I
movement?
think it's
First
the
attack.
first one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just the first attack. I guess the multi-attack is 2 separate attacks. That's fine. The second one was the only one that passed even on a disadvantage. Okay, Finesh, your turn.
I throw. He's standing, right?
It is.
He's been knocked over.
He's hovering
yeah, I'll
slightly.
throw another firebolt at him.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Just
And
jump
this with
at him.
the
You're a big
12.
heavy wizard.
As you shoot off this firebolt, you didn't miss by as much. However, you see a very similar barrier that came out when Izzy fired his firebolt, and essentially catch the firebolt as it goes past and absorbs it.
Okay.
Immune.
Burning his spell slots.
Rock, it is your turn.
So last time we found out you can restrain something. So I want to essentially grab its meaty sword hand and just hold on to that thing for dear life to stop him swinging. Is that something I could do?
I don't think so. You can stop his movement with a grapple.
Or is it... no, I don't
Yeah.
care about his movement. Or was it when I restrain something with a spell?
Restrained, we worked out, was not an action you could take in combat.
Oh, that's
Grapple
right,
was the action you could take in combat, but restraining you cannot, because we're trying to work out why would you even bother grappling if restraining is the same but better, and it's because you can't do it in combat.
Yeah.
So you can attempt to grapple it.
No, it's not worth it. He's not moving anywhere.
Cook some marshmallows on his flaming skull.
I want to just sit here and eat good berries, but it's 1 health per round, and it just ain't worth the time. Yeah, all right. I just whack him. Yeah.
All right, roll with advantage.
Ooh. So 19 plus 2. Smash it, la la la. Yeah.
You hit. Roll damage.
Six.
As you clop this, the monstrosity in front of you with on the other side of the bucket helm, you see the same bright flames come out of the eyes. This time, even more intense. And as it dissipates, you see but a faint flicker of orange light where the eye sockets would be. It is looking extremely dim.
It's like a
One
loading
more whack
bar.
on the bucket head.
And after Rock, it is Hevel.
Can't have a whack it.
Whack
Get
it.
your KFC bucket.
A whack.
Earn your bucket.
It's full of chicken.
Bet you someone ate the skin.
I got 7.
What was that with an attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, you catch nothing but air in front of you.
What a shock.
And after that, it moves on to Rhea.
Good. Now she can crit.
If you are attacking, roll with advantage.
I rolled 18 twice for that. The first one. Now for the second one. Another nat 20. I don't have to roll again.
The first one, again, glints off the metal as she strikes past, leaving no damage, but comes back with the crit on the second one. Roll damage.
There's
Oh, sorry.
19
There was
HP.
18 for the die roll, but it's +5, so it's 23.
Okay.
Sorry, I was saying I got 18 twice in a row. 23. So I hit.
Yeah, you hit on that first attack, and your crit also hits. You got to tell me that final number. You got to tell me what it is with your plus the hit. Otherwise, I'm going to take that as your number.
The Bondi be going to the casino after this.
Oh, 28 total damage.
Oh.
And as Rhea comes in with a very precise strike at where the bucket helmet meets the rest of the metal, and she manages to cut through the magical force that is keeping this entity together, as the helm then slices off, bounces off the wall next to you, and then comes back and lands at your feet, Hevel. You see the magical energy from within the plate just drop as it falls to the ground into a clump of black metal.
That's sweet. Good job,
When you
Brad.
say a clump of metal, do you mean in the shape of armor or like scrap metal?
Well, first off, I just want to show you a picture of the dude because I think it's fucking cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
Ready?
pretty nice.
That's a pretty big sword.
That's,
No
that's
wonder-
the illustration for the monster, and I thought, fuck, that's so cool. I can't wait till you guys actually fight that.
No wonder Rock and I have so many holes in us.
Yeah, and so it's it is armor pieces that you see fallen down in front of you, and it does have the shiny. Some parts of it is black, but it is heavily chipped and dinted, and you see several big gashes in the chest plate where Rhea went with all her fury.
It's
I wanna
also on
take
fire.
it. All of it.
You want to what? Fix
I
all?
want to take it all.
You want to take it all? Okay.
I'll dismiss the bonfire first.
All right.
Is this two-handed sword actually decent for Hevel? Or
I
Raya?
don't think I can wield that.
Alright,
I can only
Dinesh
wield.
quickly goes back to the bookshelves and starts rummaging through all of that.
Okay.
And
So
anything of value is Izzy's. It's Izzy's room.
I reckon the wizard didn't do anything that round.
They
You
threw
lit
fire and
bonfire.
made fire. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do nothing.
I bet you the armor's hot. Go touch it.
Yeah, I'm never going to be able to do big damage with my weapon. It'll always be pathetic.
You got inflict wounds and other cool stuff to do.
Yeah, well, I just need to build up spell slots and find other ways to be useful.
sorry, I'm just going to quickly read on it.
I eat a good berry while you're reading,
Okay. All right.
and
Yeah.
I have 5 others. So would anyone like a good berry?
Yes, please.
I hand 3 to Izzy, and I eat 3.
All right. Cool. Got it.
Thank you.
So Hevel, you go to reach down. You find a gauntlet in front of you from the armor, and the gauntlet seems relatively untouched, as it was all the other pieces that were copying a brunt. But you find that you can't hold on to it for more than 3 seconds, as you feel the heat radiating from the armor, piercing through your glove and starting to burn your hand. You drop it quickly.
Do I think that's somehow magical or it's just hot?
Make a perception check.
It'll be that evil god possessing it.
11.
So it didn't feel magical to you. It felt like armor that has been heated. Now, whether it got to that stage was because of magical means, you're not sure, but it just felt really, really hot, like as if it's been tempered, and kind of matches what you would expect a plate suit that looks very infernal in the markings on it.
Okay.
Can I use prestidigitation to chill it, to cool it down, see if it has any effect?
You can certainly try. You should prestidigitation, and the course of the outside does look like it's a little bit colder.
I frostbite it as well.
Yeah, you can.
So a piece of innate metal has to roll a constitutional save.
It fails. And it's a bit iced up now.
How does it feel?
You pick it back up, and it still has the same radiating heat feel from it.
Sorry,
This is
that was a cold burn
thermal
that time.
filth. Throw it away.
Thanesh, you look around, and these books, you can see that it's quite a modest library. There's lots of fine literature. You find that they're all quite a bit dusty, as if they're not really touched that often. If you were to try and go through each of the books, It might take you a bit of time.
Okay, but from the spines and the titles, can I find any that look interesting?
Can you make a perception check for me, please?
That one.
Ooh, beautiful.
The books attack you.
You are overcome with such excitement of seeing all these books, and you do quickly see some authors that you're more familiar with, and you're like, oh, I must come back and read that. Must come back and read that one, and you're jumping from each one, and nothing stands out to you.
Okay.
The
I
bookshelf
get really
falls on you.
excited, and I tell the group, we say, when we rest, we come back here and we rest.
I look at the desk. Is there anything of value?
Yep. Roll a perception check for me, please.
14.
Looking over the desk, you can see that it's quite a fine-looking oak desk. There doesn't appear to be any drawers on it. There's nothing on top except for a few odd pieces of blank parchment and some inkwells and some quills. It looks to be a desk where someone would come and make notes.
I grab one of the ink parchments and I scratch my name into the desk. Izzy was here.
Okay. With a quill, now very blunted quill, as you've scratched into this fine oak desk. Izzy is here.
So, do you guys reckon we go upstairs or check out the other room first?
The other room.
There's another room?
Yep, north.
North.
Oh, yeah.
I
No,
assume that is a
Yeah.
door, yeah?
It'll be like an ensuite full of fucking demons.
If Rock goes in there first, it'll be full of gold.
No, I reckon I got out the same as Apple.
Considering out of the 4 doors we all rolled, I was the one who sucked at it.
Hey, you got a fucking demon. Rock quickly just goes up to this last door and opens it up.
Okay. You put your hand on the door, move around with the latch, and it opens up freely. Oh, God damn it. Can't
Room
find-
lag.
Sorry, I'm trying to find where the start of the vector was. Hey, there we go. Alright.
Tell us some handy tips while you are doing the loading screen.
Did you know that if you try and pick up infernal plate armor, it'll burn you?
Dinesh is still going through the bookshelf while this is going on.
Okay. Alright. So in here you see what looks to be a master bedroom. You see in the southwest corner a dumbwaiter that you assume to be the top portion of the one from the kitchen. And there's some cords next to it and a bell as well. That's next to the dumbwaiter. You see a canopy bed. There's another wooden privacy screen, a freestanding privacy screen, a cast iron bathtub with clawed feet. There's a fireplace to the north. You also see an iron chest. The iron chest is on the western wall opposite the bed.
I go and try and open the iron chest. Like, is it locked or is it? Yeah.
As you approach the chest, you see in front of it an ornate lock. The padlock is cast in the shape of a horned devil's scowling visage.
Did we have any keys or anything that resemble that?
I think we did. Didn't I grab a key from Thirstwell?
Yes, the key that you grabbed from Thirstwell was to unlock the small chest that was in the chest. So in the chest there was another padlocked. Actually, no, sorry. I stuffed up there. The key was to Thirstwell's chest that you actually unlocked with Thieves' Tools. So apologies, but that's what that key was for.
Okay.
I've given you some hidden information.
What hidden information?
In other words, we opened a box that we shouldn't have been able to open because we didn't have the key yet.
Oh, no, Thieves' Tools can be a key, can't it?
It is. I can attempt that.
I call Izzy over and get him to open the thing. the chest.
I first threaten it by holding out the infernal puzzle box and see if it reacts.
Okay. Do you have it? I thought Vinesh had it.
I thought he gave
No,
it
I
back to
gave
me.
it back to Easy.
Okay. You hold you hold out the puzzle box in front of the chest, and nothing happens.
Alright, I put it back, and then I shall get out my thieves' tools.
Okay. Do a dex check for me, please.
That's just dex, not sleight of hand or anything.
That's just straight dex.
Oh, how much XP did we get?
Oh yeah, good point.
3,000.
I got
Yes.
6.
Can you each add 275 XP, please?
That's an okay amount.
And with a 6, you put in your thieves' tools, and you're quite forceful and vigorous, and not delicate enough to open up the lock. As you find your thieves' tools, they're getting jammed and caught at every which way, and the lock seems to be a bit more complex than you're used to.
What was it? 200 XP?
275.
Can I just walk over and try and smash it?
Yeah. You
How
can,
big is it? Is it pocketable?
It's a standard size chest. You wouldn't be able to put it in your pocket, no.
As a human who doesn't own a chest in real life, what's a standard size?
It looks to be about 2 feet by 3 feet in width and depth, and height around about 2 feet high.
Do I do an attack roll?
You certainly do an attack roll.
18 to hit.
18 to hit. As you strike down, you find that your mace glances off.
Don't be like that.
It's an iron padlock.
All right. So
Okay. While all this is going on, Thanesh, can you do another perception check for me, please?
Better? Uh, 15.
Okay, as you're going through, you're scanning just sort of every aisle as you're moving through quite quickly. And you get to one book that you find that is surprisingly less dusty than every single one that's around it. On the spine, you see the title, Last Charge of the Hell Riders.
Alright, I pull it out and I open it.
Okay, you open in and you find that the first few pages are normal, but the rest seem to be carved into a cavity. And within this cavity, you find 2 iron keys hanging from a small keyring.
how convenient.
That is very convenient. Do the keys have, they just look like plain keys, or do they have decorative elements?
They just look to be plain keys.
Okay. Cool. I'll pocket the keys and I keep going through the bookshelves.
Okay.
You know we want to open the chest, right, Daddy?
Nah, Dinesh has no idea about the chest. He's just going through the books.
All right, what are you guys up in the bedroom doing?
Oh, if Hevel's in the room, he would have heard me sort of go, ooh, and I would have opened the book. I would have turned and said, oh, just got a key.
Hevel is not.
Pop the book
He's
back.
he's attacking the lock on the.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah,
I did it.
okay, well, I am
Oh,
alone,
yeah.
and my excitement is only known to me.
Yeah.
I
along
suggest,
with-
not knowing what Darty said, or do we throw it down the dumb waiter?
You throw the.
Like, drop it down, throw it down the gap, and then pull it back up if we can.
The chest.
Yes.
Okay.
I suggest that to the team.
Rock prepares to, beat it with his shalala whip, but thinks, this is probably a better idea.
I noticed Thanesh is not in the room, and I messaged him. Say, hey Thanesh, we have a chest. You want to be useful and maybe try and open it?
How convenient. Would you normally do that? Huh? I think you're taking advantage of the situation here.
If that is indeed what happens, I would reply, I just found a key. And whatever book I'm holding, I'll put back on the shelf and I'll go to it.
Yep.
I tell the others Finesse is holding out on us.
That's just there, right?
Yep, on the western wall there.
Yeah. Alright, I'll try both the keys and see if it unlocks it.
Okay.
You are now cursed again.
You approach the lock, you pull out the key ring that you've now got, and as you attempt to try and put in each of the keys, you find that the keys are too large for the locking mechanism on this lock.
Yep. Nah, no good, guys. Sorry.
Want
Alright,
to
cool.
buy a new wizard.
Well, where'd you find the key, Thanesh?
In one of the books.
Are there other bookshelves that we might have passed previously where we might find other hidden keys? Should we look closer at this bookshelf? Is there a bookshelf in this room?
There is no bookshelf in this room.
I'll try the mattress. Have a look under that.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
8.
You lift up the mattress, and you see some very plain slats underneath. And as you look through the slats, there's nothing under the bed that you see of interest.
Well, I might go to one of the other rooms, say here, and do a more detailed look of everything, searching for anything where someone might have hidden a key.
Okay. Make a perception check for me, please.
21.
Okay. You look the room up and down completely. You poke into the fireplace and you knock over a few logs, see nothing under there. You lift up the bed and pull off all the sheets, and looks to be just some fine sheets that you can see. Going back through the chest that had already had everything ripped out of it, and you're touching around, and you can't feel anything in there. You scour the room up and down, and you can't find anything else.
I'm probably going to do the same thing for every room. So I don't know if we want to how we want to do that.
I'm gonna check this room. In particular, I want to look at the fireplace. Is the fire going?
There is no fire going at this point in time.
So I'm going to check on the inside of the chimney. Reach up and see if there's any cavities or anything inside that might have something there. And check the mantelpiece and maybe anything for a false flagstone or false brick or something like that I can maneuver around.
Sure. Make a perception check for me, please.
15.
Okay. You feel around, trying to be careful not to get any of the soot on your robes, but you go through. You're pressing on each of the stones that are in there. You're looking up into the chimney. You poke around with a bit of light, trying to see what else there is, and you find nothing but a lot of soot and ash.
Cool.
Rob suggests that maybe Grandma Duke keeps the key on her person, and we should go beat it out of her.
I agree.
Yeah, it could also be upstairs. There
Oh
was
yeah,
enough-
in the wizard tower.
Yeah.
Let's go get the wizard tower. I roll to go up the wizard tower.
Okay, Rock, as you walk past the powder room, Slobberchops comes out and gives you a quite a sleepy but a healthy meow.
I pull out the... What was it I got? The platinum cameo, whatever that happens to be, and go, is this you? I can't speak your language at the moment, but I think this is you.
Slobberchops gives you a very happy meow and starts rubbing its face up against the cameo and gives quite a deep purr.
Do you mind if I hold on to this? It will help me remember you forever, Slobberchops.
Again, she looks up to you, almost with a bit of a cheeky cat-like grin, and gives you a meow.
Nice.
Sorry, I say Thinesh goes back up to the other bookshelf and starts going through that while everybody does their thing.
Okay.
In this room, Can I inspect the base of the armor? Did we have a look at that?
Do you mean where the armor was, or where it's
Yeah.
where it died? Okay. All right. So Thanesh, I'll get you to do a perception check, please.
7.
Okay. Going through this one, you see the same dustiness as you've seen on the other ones going through. However, on a quick inspection, you do see one author that stands out to you, and you pull the book out and you have a look over it, and you just notice that this is from your history. This is a book that you're fond of. I don't know what it's called, but you've got a fond book, and you notice that this is a first edition copy of it.
Alright, I will loot first edition Book of Fondness.
There you go. Yeah, so just add one book into your inventory there. Izzy, you get you to do a perception check for me too, please.
4.
It just looks to be a like a carved out area in the ground to look like a pedestal. There's some infernal markings that are on the ground, and you, on closer inspection, you realize that they that one of the words that you make out is Avernus.
Ooh.
Is that the only word I can read? Or are all the other ones too damaged?
The other ones just look to be of like, you know, runes and letters, but there is a level of scratching from the combat that you had going on, so you can't quite fully make anything out.
I advise the others that hell is written on the floor.
That's ominous. Alright, should we go upstairs?
We should. But before we do, I asked Slobberguts quickly, being that you're not a natural beast, are you summoned? And is this what's used to summon you?
The Slobberchops looks at you with a little kinked head, and then starts weaving in between your legs as it's giving you some more awake meows and more purring as around your legs.
Nice. I think I figured out Slobberchops.
I don't know. Have you tested it for like yes no answers? Like, how do you know when you're wrong so far?
Because I'm a druid, man.
If you haven't cut your spell, I mean, it doesn't look like you're talking to it very well.
No, but it was nice to me, and that's what my cats do just before they bite me in real life.
Do a test case. So why don't you look at it and ask it, is your name Bob? And see how it responds.
No.
I
That's
bet
not
it'll
what
just
Rock
purr
would
to
do.
you and go between your legs again.
Rock would assume he is correct in his assumptions.
Alright.
And he wants to go get Luke because he's been standing around too long.
Alright, let's go upstairs.
Okay. As you move on through, Slobberchops is again taking its liking to you, Rock, and is in tow. And you all approach the spiral staircase. Who's going up?
I'm not going first.
Sounds like Rock was.
Rock is going
Rock's
to
a
roll
big damage,
up the
but
stairs.
yes, Rock does because he gets bored when he's in situations too long. Damn it, Rock's gonna fucking die. Alright, Rock goes up.
Okay. Just to the north of the room you're in at the moment on the screen, you'll see that I've revealed an area. And the spiral staircase climbs 15 feet to a square room with crisscrossing rafters 10 feet overhead and a peaked roof above that. An empty bookcase dominates the west wall, and 2 filthy padlock cages stand on the floor. Each cage holds a human prisoner and a chamber pot.
Oh, they're lucky enough to get that.
Rock, you move on up first.
That's how.
No, I'm just
You're not
waiting
moving.
for you.
And Slobberchops in tow. And as you get up and you're surveying the 2 cages, you hear Slobberchops behind you give a very loud hiss. One very
I yell to the
similar.
guys, imps, and I transform into a giant hyena.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
laugh them to death.
Yes. I found out the other day hyenas have one of the strongest bites in the known animal kingdom. so I don't get bit by a fucking hyena is what I'm saying, guys. Oh god, this has some shitty fucking armor. I made a mistake. I've got 12 AC.
Are they in cages though?
The
But Slobber got hissed, which means there's imps.
Imps
Oh.
are always invisible until
That's-
they attack.
Slobber Chops did say that there was imps in the tower.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that and that knowledge, I quickly transform.
Okay. You are now a hyena.
A giant hyena.
The prisoners that you see, they're awake, and they've seen you transform into a hyena. They've just given a bit of a cautious gasp. Hevel, they've seen you walk up behind this now hyena and small cat, and they've seen you and they've said, one of them from the north says to you, who are you? I've never seen you in here before.
We're from the Flaming Fist. Are there imps in here?
Imps, I don't know what you're on about.
Who are you?
And she turns to the top line is a female and turns to you and says, "Oh, my name's Charlene. I'm a sewer maintenance supervisor.
Why are you in a cage?
I was backing an effort to extend the lower city's sewer system into the underground. However, Lady Van Thamper, I'm guessing it was her because I know this to be her house. She had some people and they brought me here, knocked me unconscious, and I wake up in this cage."
When was the last time you saw someone?
Well, there's this man over here. His name is Cagil.
Oh, good.
Cagel's in a cage.
All right. So no guards or anything. Cool. I start like wandering around the room, kind of just poking around, having a bit of a feel to see if there's anybody invisible around.
So are you poking, like just looking, or?
Well, I'll be wandering around. I mean, how am I going to act if I think there's an invisible imp there? Probably take my mace, my shield, have a bit of a swing.
They float
come
up. Yeah.
there,
Get the rafters.
Yeah. Just want to kind of see if I can stumble across something. And I'll like erratically do it sometimes. I'll be
While
like,
he's
what's
doing
good?
this, I
Step
ready
up.
to pounce.
Okay.
Anesh, shut the stairs.
Hey, me next? Okay.
Should have gone a fucking spider and then I'd be able to just see it. At least a spider has fucking armor.
So you guys now approach and Raya's in tow. And she's up. And so Evel, you're out poking around, and as you're poking around, you see, looking on Charlene's face, each time you're moving around, you just see this silent fear on her face, as if she's expecting something bad to happen to her.
I look at her and I'm like, why do you look so scared?
And she says, and she says, and it's almost to a whisper, they are, and they torture us each time we act out.
Who?
The little red creatures.
When was the last time you saw them? Yeah, I asked if she saw anyone before. She didn't tell me.
No, we don't see them. We feel the sting and we feel the pain. Only to look around and not see them. I've caught a glimpse, but that's it.
Alright. Imps confirmed. Not to worry, you stay in that cage. We'll tend to you later.
Meanwhile, Slobberchops is still maintaining, quite a loud hiss, stopping, and you can see the eyes darting to and from the cages.
If I want to look at Slobberchops and fire a firebolt to where I think that he is looking.
Okay. So roll with disadvantage. Is it still disadvantage? Yeah. So roll an attack with disadvantage.
Now, I will say that if it looks like it's going to be fired at one of the two prisoners, I would not do it.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
I got 12.
Okay. You look at Slobberchops and you see she maintains quite a lengthy, more lengthy than normal eye contact with just above the perch of the cage that Charlene's in. And with that, you shoot out a firebolt and it makes contact with an object above the cage. Roll your damage.
Holy shit.
Doesn't
6
matter.
damage.
No damage.
Okay.
6 points of fire damage.
And as your firebolt hits this imp, it reveals, and you see a very cheeky grin as the fire completely dissipates past, leaving no mark, no damage. And I'll get you to all roll initiative for me, please.
Ganesh has a 13.
4.
Has 12.
I have 19.
I transformed for this.
And Raya?
Rhea. 1.
Hui.
You
And
get rid of those
Hevel,
natural ones on that.
what is your bonus to initiative?
My bonus
Yes.
is -1.
Okay. So you got another natural 20.
I did get-
Is anyone seeing this? I'm gonna need a camera on that dice.
What he's actually done is shaved off half the faces and replaced them all with 20s.
Okay. Now
It's
sorry.
a 20 to 1 die. There's 19 20s and 1 1.
Somehow he only gets 20s when he's rolling for Raya, not for Heather.
She had advantage and she double swings, so I got 4 rolls each time, and I was a bit lucky. She
Okay.
just rolled 1 for initiative, natural 1.
So the imps are actually first to act in this case, and the one that just had this firebolt flown at it is in fact going to fly up into the rafters out of anyone's melee reach, and then fly over.
How high is the ceiling?
So the ceiling is, I did say, rafters 10 feet overhead and a peaked roof. So the peaked roof will probably have another 10 feet on top of it. So it's able to fly up over the rafters, sitting so about 15 feet above everyone. And then it's going to come down. And let me just check its movement. Yep, yeah, it's fine. And it is going to fly over to you, Thanesh. And as a revenge for firing this firebolt at it, is going to stab at you.
Stabs away.
And it is hitting.
Yeah, I'll raise my AC.
Okay, what's your AC?
16.
Okay. And you feel, even as you put this magical barrier in front of you, the piercing scorpion-like tail comes through and hits you for... what's that? 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
And I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Can the imp say, "Come over here" when it hits him?
16.
And you pass. But you still take... 6 poison damage. And while you are distracted by this imp who'd flown over the rafters, another one reveals itself on the cage that is holding the prisoner next to you and takes a strike at you from behind Thanesh.
Yep. Now my AC's back to 14 because of that single attack.
Yep. And it hits you, striking in for 5 piercing damage with its tail as it's perched on top of the cage, stabbing down. And I'll get you to make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
9 this time.
And you take 11 poison damage.
And
Feeling
I'm
the
down.
full ground.
27 to 0 in a fraction of a time.
Wow.
Typical wizards.
Sorry, let me fix this up.
30. I have 45 health.
So that prisoner is it's in the same spot as that imp, but it's in the cage. So that imp is actually a few feet above the ground in the cage. Okay, and it's going to give off a very infernal giggle as it takes pride in knocking down this dragonborn in front of it. And after that, Hevel, it is your turn.
Alright. Well, I might let Thanesh just suffer for a little bit.
Thanks.
Do you want me to try and get you back up? Is that what you want?
You do what Hevel would do.
Well, I can't really finish my position where Rock or the cat is, can I? So
The cat. So there is the staircase that's there. Now the cat is a tiny creature, so I'll say that you are able to occupy the same space as it.
all right. Well, I think Thanesh will probably be okay for a little bit. So I'm going to go here, seizing one of my few opportunities to try and use Word of Radiance. So I'll cast Word of Radiance. Constitution save 13 on both of those imps.
The one closest to you does not save. The one furthest away that landed the downing blow on Thanesh did pass.
Alright, so the first roll was a 3, and the second was a 4.
And it's radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
So it takes 3.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so as you radiate this damage, the first imp closest to you doesn't quite manage to avert its eyes. The second one does mitigating damage, but the first one feels the energy fill it up to the point that it's now damaging. After you, it is Thanesh.
Question, though.
Oh, yes, yep.
It would have been more than 10 minutes since we fought that armor, hey?
Yes, you guys did a lot of searching through the rooms and opening up chests and arguing about whether to drop one down a dumbwaiter.
Yep. So my AC goes back down to 19.
Yep.
I
Thanesh.
failed.
Please mark 1 fail.
He could die next turn.
You're gonna die.
Then it'll be my fault. You had one job, cleric.
Rock. As a hyena, it is now your turn.
Alright. Only one of them's been damaged so far, correct?
Yes.
I would like to attack that one.
So the way you would do that is, so actually there is. Oh no, where you are free to attack. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were Izzy for a moment. Yeah, so that is the southeastern one.
Cool. I attack it.
Okay. Yeah, roll. Do your attack.
16. What does my hyena get? He get plus 5. 21.
You hit. Roll your damage.
And 9 plus 3, 12.
What type of damage?
Imp crushing damage.
Sorry, piercing.
Yes.
So as you lunge through, and with one of the most powerful bites known to the non-magical world, you chomp down. The small body not quite getting caught in as much teeth as you'd hope, but as you release, you find a very slow floating with many holes in its wings. A slow floating imp returns back to where it was.
I would like to now rampage.
Ooh, okay.
which means when the hyena reduces a creature to 0 hit points with a melee attack on its turn, the hyena can take a bonus action to move up to half its speed and make a bite attack.
So the imp is still alive.
What?
It is very
They're usually
badly when
squishy as fuck.
Yeah.
Ah!
they have.
I thought you were
resistance.
saying it was dead.
No. It comes out slow moving, many holes in its wings, tattered wings now, but it is
This is
still
bullshit.
just alive.
Daddy, you are gonna die. I was hoping to just kill everything this round, but you're
It's
a
all
dead man.
Hevel's fault.
So is it a special hyena that you are? Because the hyena I've got is not.
No, the giant hyena.
Oh, giant hyena. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going no fucking pleb, normal size, shitty hyena.
Didn't you turn into like a tiny spider?
Yeah, but that was to escape death because Darty couldn't trip a guy up.
All right. Well, now you're going to get revenge because Darty's going to die.
All right. So you have gone rock. Dinesh is gone. Izzy, your turn.
I have health potions on me. Should I force feed one to Thanesh?
Yeah.
Alright. I go from being tank to medic. Going to run around here.
Okay.
Yep.
So which? So you have health potions? I think each of you got health potions, don't you?
I have 2,
I
Okay.
don't think I have any.
I think.
Just make sure you're feeding him a health potion and not one of those dragon fire potions.
I have one. I thought I got another one somewhere else. I don't know. I got one.
Okay.
So I feed it to Thanesh.
Righto. Okay. Do the roll.
How much is it?
I think it's like 1d6 plus an amount or something.
I've got 2d4 plus 2.
Correct.
First is 2. The second is 3. So 7.
All right. Finish. You feel invigorated as you now wake up. Stinging barbs now in your front and back from where you were struck. Well, no barbs, sorry, but the stinging sensation. You are prone, but you are now conscious and angry.
Oh,
All right. It is Raya's turn.
Raya.
Everyone cheer! Woo! Go get her, Raya!
Yeah, you kill everything.
Raya's going to move. just
Ride the
below-
hyena.
So this is the only free spot where she can actually attack someone. Or, sorry, hang on. So the imp is on top of a cave.
There. Right.
Yeah. So she can be there or there.
Could she ninja up and jump on the rafters and hang down, then swing and attack?
I guess since she can't get in there, then she'll go to a heavy crossbow.
Yep. So you got a choice. She can get into melee range of this one, just not of the other one.
Okay.
Or she can use her crossbow.
Well, no, she's going to prefer to use the sword, so she'd go to melee range of that one.
Okay, all right. So she's in melee range of that one now.
All right.
Could she move it another to get advantage?
Technically, yes.
Is Thanesh still prone?
Yeah, Thanesh is prone.
So then it wouldn't be advantage.
Let me check.
What's happening?
Sorry, I'm just double checking.
Thanesh now owes me 100 gold.
So in order to create advantage, one attacker must focus on helping via a distraction or combat engagement that costs them not being able to effectively score. Okay. Yeah. All right. He is conscious, so by all intents and purposes, the imp will probably be aware of that and trying to pay attention to you. So yes, Rhea, if she goes to that bottom corner, will have advantage.
But it's not flanked.
Yeah, no, Thanesh is conscious, so I'm still counting it as flanking.
I'm prone.
Yeah, nothing states where the prone removes that. I just did a quick read then, where the prone removes flanking.
I suppose I can still attack from.
You are
on
still
the
a
floor.
threat. If you were unconscious, I would say no. But now because you are conscious, it does.
Have you not learnt nothing from the metal armor?
But position, I thought that in order to flank someone, they had to be on the direct, like, opposite side
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
There's nobody
They
opposite
are.
to it.
Thanesh
Rhea
is-
and Thanesh.
You're attacking with Rhea.
Who is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Thanesh is on the opposite side.
Thanesh is there.
No, that's
There's nobody in that space there.
I think Hevel's game maybe is bugged and he can't see
Oh,
Thanesh's
right.
model.
Refresh.
Yeah.
no. He's proper dead.
Proper dead.
Maybe that's
Thanesh
it.
is on that space there.
That's refreshing. All right. Well, in that case, if it gets advantage, then you've saved me from a natural 1 on the second one, which became a 2. So I got
Very nice.
19 for the first one, and then a 2 for the second.
First one hits, roll damage.
And I'd already rolled damage, which was actually 1 plus. What does she get again? 3. So 4 damage.
You know, for one time, you need good rolls because your teammate's actually in danger.
Yeah.
So Rhea, unable to get full reach and purchase because of how the cage is situated, but manages to clip the back edge of the tail of the imp, doing a minor cut on there, enough to make the imp sort of wince, but not too much.
It was bugged after I refreshed it. The character position's updated, and
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Thanesh was in the correct position.
Okay. All right. So it's now the imp's turn. The first imp, already being distracted and blinded by the radiance and coming to from the damage, looks directly at you, Hevel, and wants to return an attack at you. And with a clean strike into your center, dodging both your mace and your shield, it connects for 5 piercing damage. And I'll get you to do a Constitution save for me, please.
Oh, 1.
Oh god.
Plus 2 to Constitution. So 3.
You feel as this strike has come directly into you, almost as if it's like the last dying effort of the imp in front of you, and you seep a very strong poison, and you take 17 poison damage.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
And then the other imp, very concentrated on you, Thanesh, coming to, is going to make a strike back at you.
Okay. Now I'm unconscious, so I think I dropped mage armor.
If
Let me
mage armor
just
drops.
check. It's not a concentration, but let me just check and see what dismisses that.
Okay.
Oh, apologies. Nope. It says the spell ends if the target dons armor or if I dismiss the spell.
Yep. So you're fine.
The spell. Yep. So 14 AC.
It hits you for 6 piercing damage as the tail comes over the top directly onto your chest cavity while you're looking up from the ground. And I'll get you to make a
I
Constitution
can't use my reaction, or does that not matter?
save. You can if you want.
Well, I'm gonna.
Okay. It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I'm-
Constitution
I'm
saving
on
throw
one.
for me, please.
I'm in danger. All right, Constitution. It's not gonna matter. I failed.
Well, it does matter because if I overkilled you, that could have been
Oh, you
bad.
gotta do 28 points of damage here with poison.
No, it's not going to happen. You feel the poison seep in, taking the full brunt, and you cop 8 poison damage as you fade off into unconsciousness again.
God, what a shitty res.
And
It was a sorcerer res. What do you expect?
Hevel, it is your turn now.
I would have died if he had a hit. So
I will channel divinity, preserve life. So I'm gonna allocate 20 HP among the party, and I can restore up to a maximum of half their HP. So I think Izzy and Rock are both pretty good, are they, for HP?
I'm
Yeah,
at
don't call
half.
me. I'm at 45.
Okay. Well, Izzy, if you're at half, then I can't give you any. But I can give some to Thanesh and some to myself. So
I'm at 15 of 29.
Yeah, so you're above half.
Oh, bollocks.
so in that case, I'm looking at myself. I'm at 10, so I can
Slap me for 2 damage.
So I'll give myself 6 health, and I'll give Thanesh 14 health.
There you go. Thanesh, after clutching away, almost as if blinking, you quickly drift back up and you feel the searing pain of the poison that had seeped through your body. Yeah, I think this is really starting to rock you coming in and out of consciousness so much. You're muted, by the way, on Discord.
me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
I wasn't sure if you did that on purpose or not.
Must have fat fingered it.
Okay.
He's out of conscious.
Anything else for your turn, Hevel?
No, don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanesh, you're conscious.
Oh my
you
god,
are-
I could do a thing. That one that hit me, I'm going to stand up and I am going to crack it as hard as I can with my staff.
Roll with advantage.
They both hit you.
Natural 20.
I know the one he's attacking, though. The one that's that downed him the second time. Yes, roll your crit.
3 damage.
That one. 8 plus, I think, 2. Yep, 10 bludgeoning damage.
As you give it with an almighty crack with your staff, you see as you've hit the imp, it's almost essentially blink as if it was going to fade out of unconsciousness. But in the last second, dizzying sort of shake of its head, it wakes back up, and you see its movements are laboured as well as the other one. Okay, if that's your turn, Rock.
That's me.
I attempt to bite. Like, they're both looking like they're on the way out, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, I attempt to bite either of them. It doesn't matter to me. The one that's not surrounded by people, I guess.
Okay, so the original one that you bit. Yep, roll to hit.
19.
That hits. Roll damage.
What was one set? Sorry, 2 to 6. Piercing.
Okay. As you crunch down, this time you feel no resistance from the imp as you manage to get one of your canines directly into its skull.
Nice. This time I rampage, and I attempt to bite the other one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh shit! Fucking. What's that? That's it. 12 plus 5, 17.
That hits. Roll damage.
At 10.
And with a very quick thrash, you've thrown the first imp from your mouth as you almost... it's super quick with a snap around, and your jaws perfectly clasp around the other imp as it's slowed movement from being hit. And likewise, you crunch down, and this imp, you feel the flapping in your mouth really quick, and then it just dies instantly and falls as all the body parts of it goes limp in your mouth.
Good boss.
Both imps are dead, and you look around and you see the prisoners, mainly the one that's you've been fighting over. What's his name? Kajil. You see him as if a sense of relief has washed over his face, and you are inundated with thank yous from him. Thank you. Oh, I was so scared to talk with him around. Every time I spoke, I felt a stab in me. I felt the piercing barb as they were torturing me.
I searched the room for keys.
Okay. What we might do, it's after 10 o'clock. Might be a good point to end the session there if you like.
Before that,
Yeah, sure.
XP.
Yeah, okay. Very good.
Before we go, with being brought unconscious twice, Dinesh is incredibly exhausted. He creates an illusion of a rug on the ground and just lays down on top of it.
I'm surprised you didn't go downstairs into the bookcase room to do that. Okay. So, what did you say, Hevel? Oh, XP. You each get 100 XP.
Were they bigger imps than normal?
No.
No.
They're the same
Because
imp.
I swear every other imp's hit us for like 2, and they've just been blown over.
Yeah, a one-shot one with a rock or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That was the very first one you fought, and I was silly enough to not read the stat block correctly and realize that they have resistance to bludgeoning. In fact, pretty much a resistance to nearly everything. So you actually wouldn't have one-shot it, but it was cool. You used your first attack. It was awesome. And the other ones, sometimes you've gotten lucky with the hits, sometimes you've gotten unlucky. But these ones were contacting very nicely and they were rolling nicely. And the poison's like a 3d6 as well.
So 6, 6, and 5.
Yeah, against Hevel got screwed. But yes, we'll end the session there. You've got two prisoners that you've just released from the captors in their cages. Slobberchops is now very happy and is purring in between rocks, now 4 legs.
I hand Slobberchops a dead imp corpse.
You sort of
rip
pour
apart and
you pour it over to her. But yeah, we'll continue this next session. I'm sure you guys will have a lot you want to do from there and questions. So I think that'll be a good one to start the next session off with.
Yeah, cool. Alright, good job. I'm not dead. I actually thought that I was bringing out the secondary character then, so...
I thought I was when I was fighting that metal thing. I was like, shit, I don't want to burn a fucking transform on this. And I'm like, I should have burned one.
Yeah, I actually thought you guys were going to struggle against him. I've got a TPK scenario prepared as well, just in case.
Very good. Next week, like definitely before we go up against the Ben Tramper lady, I want to do a short rest.
Long.
So you guys have already done that.
With that.
Is there a limit to how many short rests you can do in a day?
No, but you as the DM, if it's getting abused, you just drop them with mods.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Is it only worth doing 4? Because then you run out of dice if you haven't used.
Oh, if you've got no hit die to regain hit points, then that's it. But some people still get spell slots. Rock still gets his transformations, and you get other abilities back on a short rest.
Like the one thing I get back on a short rest is that Channel Divinity spell that I just used to put out 20 HP healing, which could be pretty handy.
You've been that fucking stingy with it.
Well, it doesn't get called for all that much. Just because you need a couple of people preferably in the party to go down to low health. So no, I'm not that particularly stingy with it, but use it in the right situation.
Cool.
I don't think when you've hit me, James, I don't think you've ever hit me with a 15 or a 16.
No, I have.
Sorry.
I have a few times.
The amount of times that I've used that, +2 AC, and it just still hits anyway. It's like,
Yeah,
I was trying to decide whether I should have kept it for the poison roll that was coming after. Like, do I just take the piercing damage and then boost up my
save.
or do I try and negate the whole thing entirely? I'll try the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's fair to try and negate the whole thing. It's better risk for reward. And the save is, it's not too high. That's required for the Constitution. It's Constitution 11.
Yeah. Does a lot. Hevel almost got copped.
Yeah, how far did that put you down, Hevel?
I was down to 10 health because I started at 4 HP.
Yep, yeah. Because the construct, his stat block and instruction says it is smart enough to understand to go for spellcasters first.
Damn.
That's why we.
Those maps behind you, they're out of the D&D book, aren't they?
They certainly are. So that one there, that's Avernus, the actual map of Avernus, which you guys will be able to see when you get there. And it's actually double-sided. It's got Elturel on the other side. And then that one is Wildermount, sorry, the Critical Role universe one.
Yeah. That's good.
And the small one is the Sword Coast. So you actually know that map that we looked at real early on, Darty? That you tried to look for the whole thing that's got Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate and the whole Sword Coast.
Yeah.
That's actually it. It came with
Okay, that's tiny.
the Sword Coast Adventure Guide that I bought.
There's a really high def version of it in the Dragon Horde book if you want it.
I was looking at a really high def version online. That's how I sort of picked my areas that I went to, or that Dinesh sort of come from in his backstory.
Cool. Alright, I am gonna go sleep.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna drive into the office tomorrow.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere.
Oh yeah, you guys got new restrictions.
Yeah, I got double lockdown, bitches. What do you got?
Alright.